Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on the Essex Serpent, starring Tom Hiddleston and Claire Danes. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 8. This is based on an award-winning novel, speaking of books, about possibly a serpent that lives in the water near this town called Essex, and Claire Danes, for whatever reason, is coming to prove the monster's existence or lack thereof, and she ends up falling in love with a pastor named that's played by Tom Hiddleston, which is interesting. Finally, something good for Tom Hiddleston to do. Tom Hiddleston's a really good actor, and it kind of like the Loki character was, I mean, he was great in it, don't get me wrong, and I like him in the role, but I mean, after that TV series, man, it just, and he seems to be an actor with a broader range that could do so much more. So this looks like something he could really sink his teeth in. So he's playing a pastor, and then this is a mini series, by the way, and I guess this is Victorian ages in England, but I'm not sure the exact time period. Maybe it's early 1900s. I don't see any cars, so probably definitely before that. And you could see there's lots of drama here because they fall in love, and it's kind of, I guess it's a, I don't know what the deal is with a pastor. I guess Protestant, you'd be okay, having a girlfriend and having a wife or whatever, but it's, it's a book, so I assume there's tons of drama. She seems to be a woman who is very extroverted for the time period. You can see the passions run high, and so does the acting. The Essex Serpent. So it's kind of cool thing, and it's based after a book. So I'd be, if this was an original dealie, I'd be like, maybe. But since this is based on a book, it looks like it's got a lot of drama there. Now it's a mini series, so I like the elements in it. So you've got various characters, you've got the serpent itself, and you've got this love story between them, which I think it could be good. Claire Danes doing some acting, and it looks pretty classic. I mean, this is a classic era to set in a time period. It feels like a BBC show, really. But it's on Apple TV, and so you got drama, you got monsters. I mean, there's scenes of guys getting pulled under the water, and it's an interesting time period because this would be a time period, of course, where they would kind of, say, "Oh, Claire Danes, why don't you just get a husband and forget all this?" And there's a lot of like dramatic tension here. So, I think it's something that people can get behind. You don't have to worry about woke stuff being in it, although this is a little bit of a woke concept, but, it's based on a book, so it'll probably be way more balanced. I don't know if it's a real folktale. Maybe somebody out there can tell me, is this a real folktale, or is it supposed to be the Loch Ness Monster, but they changed it for the book and the miniseries? But I could get behind this. This looks well done. I could watch it. I feel like it would be a decent miniseries to invest your time in, with an interesting payoff, because not sure where the monster. Now maybe the monster doesn't really exist. Maybe it's a metaphor for something else. Although I did see some of the characters look like they're getting pulled under the water, so I think it does exist in that world, but maybe not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe there's some logical explanation for why the guy gets pulled underwater, or there's some other animal, whatever. The drama here looks like it's top notch. I mean, Tom Hiddleston, he's acting the hell out of this thing. He is. And Claire Danes is okay. I mean, she's gotten a lot better. I didn't like that terrorist hunting character she played. That was stupid. Where she has all the problems. That was her, right? Yeah, I didn't really like that show. It just looked dumb to me. She had too many problems to be working in that era, working in that area. Whereas in this show, this seems like, you know, she's playing a capable character, but also she has these various roadblocks, and so does he, because he's this pastor, and you're dealing with this town of people who just want to live their lives and are under this terrible strain because of what's happening with this serpent, and they don't know whether it exists or not, and you know, they're a little bit superstitious and religious, so that plays into it too. So there's a lot here. There's a lot of moving parts to this, so it's going to be very layered and nuanced. There's going to be stuff in this about relationships and men and women and the period and the religion and the and perceptions, and so you could do a lot with this, and it looks like they're doing it. It looks, you know, it looks like it'll be something cool, something to watch from beginning to end. That's worth your time. So yeah, I would say, judging by this trailer, the Essex Serpent looks like something to watch. Now, I don't have Apple TV anymore, but I don't know, maybe I'll catch it somewhere. Maybe I'll catch it somehow. So yeah, the Essex Serpent. You got a date on this thing? I think we do. Streaming May 13th. All right. So check it out from Apple TV. I think it will be worth your time. And that's it for me and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for a more base takes, a Hollywoke hot take, and a news blast. We'll see you